In today's video, I'm going to talk about a historical disease that still occurs, plague. Most people know about plague from the Black Death, which was in the 1400s in Europe and killed probably 1/3 of the population. But plague outbreaks occurred prior to that. There's a very famous one during the reign of Emperor Justinian in the Roman Empire, and there's been outbreaks since that time, including in the 1600s in London, which was the subject of Daniel Defoe's Journal of a Plague Year. So this is a very historic disease that has been with humans for a very long time. So it's caused by a bacteria called Yersinia pestis. And the bacteria finds its way into humans through the bite of fleas, particularly rat fleas and sometimes human fleas. And it's endemic in rodents, including rats. And so high spikes in rat populations would lead to more human exposure to rat fleas and then the spread of the disease. There's three main forms: the bubonic plague, the pneumonic plague, and septicemic plague. Bubonic plague is the most common. And bubonic, the word comes from the word bubo, which is like your lymph nodes. And those can be swollen very markedly with individuals with bubonic plague. Pneumonic plague is when it's in your lungs. And that is a type that is contagious from person to person. And then septicemic plague is when it goes kind of everywhere. So plague is important because it's really moved the European culture in a different way. There's speculation that it ended the entire feudal system because so many people died that it led to the Peasants' Revolt and changed the way things were governed in Europe. And it's unclear how it started, but it likely has its origins in Asia, in that steppe area there where rodents kind of abound, and it made its way into Europe and created this massive disruptive event. So plague has continued to be something that's in rodents, and we've had cases in the United States, and this all stems from a plague outbreak around the turn of the 20th century in Hong Kong, where infected rats stowed away ended up in San Francisco and led to a major outbreak there, which is the subject of multiple books. And what happened was those rodents continued to spread plague and continue to spread it today, sort of west of Texas. So cases still occur, about a dozen occur every year. There's no vaccine for plague, but there are antibiotics that are highly effective, but we still see plague deaths because they get diagnosed late. It is something that you can give people post-exposure prophylaxis if they've been exposed, and it is something that we worry about as a biological weapon. But it is a historical disease that still has import today, so don't be panicked when you hear about a plague case or two in New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado.